going over 5 stocks that I think are really good to be buying right now that are low risk, but the one stock that I will be sharing at the end, which is going to be the 6th stock, I think is going to make a lot of millionaires. That stock I'm very bullish on as well, and I have a lot of experience with that company. Let's first go ahead and start off with the low risk dip opportunities. 5 of them, some of them are going to be part of the Mag 7 here. So we'll start off with Google here. Google at 183. I think between 192 and 183 is a good dip opportunity. If we drop below 183, I'll look to add a bigger position for Google shares long term. Currently at a bearish crossover on the 4-hourly chart. Eventually, I am going to look for a reversal, so look out for a U-shaped reversal back up towards the high here of 209. If we go into the daily chart, there's a gap to be filled, similar to Nvidia when I said it before. For Nvidia, watch that gap fill at 142, which recently occurred here. Google, same thing. I'm looking for that gap to fill all the way back up to about 200. That's something to keep an eye out for as well. And then again, currently at 183, don't mind adding a position here long term. I think this is a great dip opportunity. Second stock looking at is Microsoft. Microsoft here at 409. I think if we dip down below 407, I'll add a really big position. And then currently right here, wouldn't mind starting a decent sized position in terms of shares as well. Can look for leap call options as well if you're looking for potentially strike prices of 420, 430, 440. Those are levels to keep an eye out for as well moving forward. Long term, I do think we'll get this test at 466 again. Again, currently now that we are below the 200 EMA on the daily chart, this is a pretty good dip opportunity. Either adding in a big position or a small position, I don't mind, because I know I'll be holding long term into a U-shaped reversal for Microsoft as well. Next stock is going to be Nvidia, currently at 138.79. I think we should keep an eye out for that potential retest of the 50 EMA. That's at 133.74. So in case there's a pullback, I'm relying on 133.74 as a major support level. We got that gap fill that I was looking for at 142. Now just seeing a rejection. If we zoom into the 30-minute chart, we can see this morning we had a high of 143.44. Now just dipping back down to the 50, 100, and 200 EMA on the 30-minute chart. Pretty normal in my opinion. If we go into the daily chart, there's a bit of more pullback to come. We can measure the current move here all the way down to the 50 EMA. That's just about a 3 to 4% drop before we see another move back up to 142. So in my opinion, if you missed out on the Nvidia dip opportunity, there's another dip opportunity potentially coming here for Nvidia. This could be one of the last few dip opportunities before we retest 153, and then look out for the high here getting tested at 180. That's going to be my prediction for Nvidia within the first half of 2025. Amazon stock here at 226. We are seeing a test down to the 50 EMA. That's at 225. We zoom into the 30-minute chart. This morning we had a low of 223 before getting a reversal. Back into the daily chart though, I think while we're below the 50 EMA, that would be an exceptional spot to add in long-term shares for Amazon. And if we are just slightly above it, wouldn't mind adding a small position as well, as we could get a potential bounce and then reversal back up to the all-time high at 242. Anytime we get a pullback like this is the time when I typically add in more shares for Amazon, similar to other stocks as well. And if we ever dip down below the 50 EMA on the daily chart, that's when I look to add in bigger positions, especially if we get down closer to 216. I would look to add in a bigger position for Amazon stock. 250 here I think will be tested as well during the first half of 2025 for Amazon stock. And then one more stock, let's see, so we had Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon. One last stock before we talk about the millionaire stock is going to be Uber. Okay, so Uber here currently at 81.34. We have this 50 EMA crossing above the 200 EMA. This is a reversal, sign of a buy signal in my opinion. We should start to see this test up towards 87. In my previous videos here mentioning Uber test towards 87. A new high should be tested within the next couple of weeks here. We could see a big leg up towards 102, followed by 120, and then long term, eventually I do expect to see 136 and 160 get tested for Uber. That's pretty much a 2x from where we're at right now. In terms of a dip opportunity, I think below $80 in my opinion is pretty fair to be adding shares into Uber. I wouldn't mind adding a small position here. However, potentially a pullback towards 77 would be a preferable entry range for me. Possibly between 74 and 78 wouldn't be a bad idea either. But with this bullish crossover coming, I'm expecting to see a big leg up for Uber towards 87 and then again towards 102. The last stock I am going to go over is going to be Grab here. Grab up 8% today and is still moving in the after hours, a total of 10% right now. Currently, we are at $5.43. Grab here, similar to DoorDash in America. Grab is from Asia. They do food delivery services as well as taxi services. So imagine Uber and DoorDash, but all over Asia with one app. So currently being at 543, I'm going to go ahead and share some potential support levels to keep an eye for in case there is a pullback, which could be deemed as a dip opportunity. So 290 all the way to 572 for the Fibonacci retracement. If we get a pullback towards 506, I would deem this personally a good dip opportunity. Wouldn't mind adding a start of shares here right close to 506. But if we get a bigger dip down to about 465, which would be more reasonable, which is closer to the 50 EMA as well, that's where I'll look to add in a bigger position. So price between 465 and about 506, I'll look to add a bigger position. Right above 506 to maybe about 530, wouldn't mind adding a small position. Nonetheless, if you're just going to be adding shares long term, I do expect to see a bigger price target for Grab here. With the major resistance at 560, the moment we break above 560, which I think we did recently here overnight, we hit a high of 570 before having a sell-off, which now we're retesting, right? So watch for that retest at 570 because the major resistance here at 560, if broken above, we should be able to see a new support form above 560. I am keeping an eye out for the following price targets, which is also why I think this stock is going to make millionaires. 827, 1015, 1203, 1435, and 1811 should be retested. 1811 here being the all-time high for Grab. Let's go ahead and measure the current price all the way to $18. That is 240% gain. So imagine if you have calls or even leap calls, how long you could be holding those for, and potentially the profit and upside moves if this is just a 240% based off just the stock. Grab going to be a long-term play for me personally. I do have shares, if with full disclosure. My shares are currently right around 525. If you are long-term on Grab or just swing trading this, feel free to let us know as well down below in the comments. If you're in any of these stocks that I mentioned, Uber, Grab, Amazon, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Google, feel free to join our Discord with the link down below in the description. There's over 32,000 members. It's free to join. And if you're looking for our live entries and exits, we did call out some pretty good stocks here recently. Those include DraftKings, Robinhood, also SMCI. We called out Uber before the run as well. And then Grab here, I think, is going to be the next major run. It did go up a lot already, but I expect to see a bigger move. Nvidia here, we called out when there was a low of 113, I believe. We entered in at 114. So entries and exits, if this is something you're looking forward to, join our Patreon. We have a 90% off, link down below in the description, celebrating our 5-year anniversary. Those that join will get a permanent discount. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, turn on notifications for more videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.